Hey guys, what's going on? Joe here from Everything Gaming 101, bringing you my newest deck profile. It's literally a for fun deck, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Don't judge it. I literally built this deck when it first came out. I think based off of like 2 trial decks and one or two booster boxes, something like that. I didn't really trade for much. It was only like little pieces, so it wasn't anything crazy. But it's from one of my favorite video games of all time. And I'm probably never going to get rid of this deck just because of the fact that it's so fun and it's so trolly. And here it is. Obviously the deck's not based off of Blaze Blue because, well, Blaze Blue is not a card game in Weiss Schwarz yet, or a deck in Weiss Schwarz yet. I hope it will one day. Will it? Probably not. But if it does, I will probably cry in happiness, and you guys know who I'll build. Noelle Vermillion. But anyway, guys, onto the deck profile. So this deck profile is going to be on Persona 4. One of my favorite video games of all time. I really, really like this deck. And to be honest, even though the deck is not competitive whatsoever, this is probably a very, very, very fun deck to play. And for some godforsaken reason, it actually wins games, which is actually pretty cool. So if you guys have any suggestions of what I could probably use differently, let me know. But this deck shockingly wins. And I don't know why, but it does. Like, I can't beat Fairy Tail with Nisekoi. Nisekoi is my most competitive deck, but yet this beats Fairy Tail. I don't know why, but it does. So anyway, guys, onto the deck profile. So the first cards, we're going to start out with the zeros. So I play Wild Power Protagonist for one reason only, nothing too crazy, but when he's placed on stage I can choose another character and that character gains a level until end of turn, but I mainly use it for the change effect because I can just bounce it and then do it again, and if they kill the Izanagi no Okami that's on there that this changes into, just keep repeating the same process. If he lives though, I don't really use him for the change effect that often. It's very rare that I get it off. I mainly use him for the attacks, just to have a level 0 in there. So the next level zeros I use 3, unit number 204, or 024, I'm sorry. So, you know, the old little Labrys. So use her, she gets plus 1500 when she's placed on stage from your hand, which is pretty cool. And she becomes a 4K beater for that time, which is pretty sweet. So really not a bad card, especially for a level 0. Then I use 3 Promise with Allies Yukiko, because you always need a Brainstormer, and honestly I feel like this is one of the better Brainstormers that's actually out in the game. Really, really, really solid card. You can pay 1 and rest her, mill the top 4, and for each Climax revealed you can salvage that many characters from your waiting room to your hand. So really good. I know most of them either cost, not really cost a lot out of the stock, because they all cost 1 really, but they usually tap down like 2 characters, at least some of them do. So I really like that because she only taps down herself. Then I play 2 Nanako Dojima, right here. I don't really know why I play this card, to be honest. It's really not that great, but I use this card mainly for the bond. So if I have the protagonist P4 in there that's in the waiting room, I can just pay the 1 stock when she hits the board and add that 1 back to my hand, and then I can also pay 1 and tap this card down to give it an extra soul if I'm going for that extra kill, which is pretty cool. Nice little rush it. Well, not really a rush, but like a little late game extra damage. And then I use Declaration of Marriage Nanako. So I use this card because of the fact that it really assists all of the other Brave or Protagonist characters, which is really cool. And then you can tap it down as well, and you can choose Protagonist and Izanagi no Okami, and it gets plus 1 soul until end of turn. So you really do get that early game rush with this one. Not so much the other one, but more with this one, which is really cool. So it's not the greatest card, but it's not a bad card. So that's it for the level zeros, guys. Just leave those up there. So now on to the level 1s. So based off of the last cards you saw, you obviously know I'm playing the protagonist. So here it is. I'm playing 3 of the Izanagi no Okami that can change into this. Really cool card. Any character in front of this card, depending on its level, this character gains X power times 1000 equal to, or times the character's level. So if it's a level 2, this card's getting plus 2k, which is pretty sweet. And if you have Myriad Truths in your Climax area, your opponent cannot use their Encore, no matter which Encore it is, which is actually really sweet. It's a really good stun, especially if they want level 1s on the board. It's a really, really, really good stun card. Then I play 3 of Risei and Himiko. So this is probably the MVP of the deck. I really wanted to base the deck around this, but I was missing a couple of cards. But it's okay because it still works out in my favor for some godforsaken reason. I don't know why, but it does. So this card, when it's placed on stage, costs nothing to place on stage. Play her, and you can choose another character, and it gets plus 1500 power until the end of turn. And then during your draw phase, at the beginning of your draw phase, you could pay 2, put this card back to your hand, and then change into the other Rise and Kanzion from your waiting room, which is really cool. So you get a really, really, really nice change effect. And the reason why I like this change effect better than any other change effect in the game is because of the fact that you're not losing this card, and then you're just going to play it again and just troll at level 1 and 2. Just by playing this card, because you're just going to get the other one, pop it on board. It's a 7k level 2, not too powerful, but now it's an 8/5 when you play this card if you decide to give that specific one power. So it's really, really, really good, and it's also pretty good acceleration as well if you can just get yourself ahead. So really solid card in my opinion, and a really solid combo on top of that. Then I played 2 Contract Key Protagonist. This is the card from the trial deck. I don't really want to play more than that because you really don't need to play more than that. Solid card as well. You choose another character on your side of the field, gets plus 2k, so it's 7k at all times, and if this character dies, the other character goes with it. And I believe that is it. Right? Yep, that's it. So that's all that does. Really solid card for a just 1-drop that costs nothing. Or a level 1 that costs nothing, I should say. And then we have 2 King's Game. King's Game is a good card. I was thinking about playing it at more than 2. The only reason why I don't play it at more than 2 is because it's not all the time that your opponent is going to have all their stuff rested. So it really kind of defeats the purpose of this because you kind of go neg. So, and you wouldn't get to put this into your stock. So that's why I only play 2. So it's not insanely necessary. Then I also play, for the last of the level 1s, I play 2 P1 Grand Prix Commentator Rise. Solid again for a no cost, and then you tap 2 of your characters and she gets plus 2k, especially if you have 2 characters just sitting there that you don't need to use that are in your little back row. So now on to the level 2s, guys. So for the level 2s, I play Leader Protagonist, 3 of them. Reason why is because it's really good for the extra trigger on the top. I know, and you guys are going to judge me because everything's all grade heavy, which is insane, but this deck still somehow manages to work for some reason. So at level 2, you pop this down, he has 2 soul already right off the bat, and if you rip it off the top, then you're getting the extra damage. And on top of that, he is the re-standard. So he's probably the second MVP of the deck, because if you play Nevermore, you're just going to put a card into your stock, and then all of your characters are going to get plus 1 soul. So now he's swinging for 3, which is really, really awesome. And then if you have the stock, which you should by this time, you're just going to restand him and then attack for more, especially if you rip another trigger off the top, and then you get another trigger check, which is really insane, and you can press for lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of damage. And this is actually the main card that actually lets me beat Fairy Tail. So, pretty cool card. Again, guys, don't judge this deck profile. I built this when it first came out, based off of what I had, and I haven't changed it since. So, it's been a little while. Then I also play 3 Friendly Siblings, Protagonist, and Nanako. Fairly solid card. It's not bad. I like it for the character Encore, because it's really hard for my opponent to get rid of. And then on top of that, it's 2 soul. And then when he attacks, it gets X power until end of turn. X is 1,000 times the whatchamacallit, the level that's facing this card. So if it's a level 2 or a level 3, he's gaining anywhere from 2 to 3,000 power. So it's pretty solid, and your opponent really can't get rid of it because you're just going to keep clocking and keep ditching over to the waiting room, and it's insanely good. Then we play 2 Rise and Kanzion. Reason we only play 2 and I play 3 of the others is because you're going to see the grade 1 fairly often at 3, which is really nice. The grade 2 you don't really want to see that often. Reason why is because you do play the Brainstormer, so this is good clock fodder. You could just put it into your clock and then let it level up if this is in your opening hand, or you can just send it to the waiting room to get the extra draw in the beginning if you're using it for your mulligan phase, and then you can just, when you hit level 1 and you have the other Rise, just keep doing your combo. Which is really, in my opinion, almost broken, but I love it. Then for the last little bit of level 2s, we play Fox of Tatsuhime Shrine. not a bad card. If the number of cards in your stock is 5 or more, all of your characters get the character encore, which is pretty cool. And then I believe if you have a protagonist, if you have a card with protagonist in your card name, when it's placed on stage, you can rest this card. And if this card is untapped, or unrested, I should say, you can pay the cost, and if you do, put the top card of your deck into your stock. So you get a little bit of acceleration with the Fox, which is kind of cool. And then we also play for the last of the level 2s. We play 2 of the Event Jeunesse, which is the best event card in this deck because you can just search out the leader if you need for free. You just play this card and just search, which is really nice. Only when you're at level 2, of course. You don't really need that much because you don't really need to search out an insane amount with this deck, and you can also search out at level 1 with King's Game if you need to. So that's there just for reassurance. Now on to the last pieces. We play for the level 3s. I play 3 of the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel Yu Narukami, mainly for the effect of the heal. So really not too bad, and also on top of that too, he is also considered the protagonist, not just Yu Narukami, which is really cool. So he's got both names, so he really does meld well with the Nanako. And then if his level 2 or higher battle opponent becomes reversed, you can pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for a magic character or character with Nanako in its card name, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. So you can search out for the other ones, which are really cool, the level 0s. I don't really play any other Nanakos. I mainly play it for the effect of the heal, and the fact that he's also power boosted by the other Nanakos. Again, this was for fun, guys. Don't judge me. And then we also play 2 protagonist P4. So I play this card really for the reason of, even though yes, it's a 9k level 3, but you do get to search out fairly easily with this card because you only pay 1 when it's placed on stage, so you're paying 3 to play this card and then search your deck for up to 2 characters with glasses in its card name, I believe. Yep, 1 character with glasses, or one glasses character, there we go. And then 1 card with and in its card name, reveal them to your opponent, and then add it to your hand, which is really nice. So you can also add Risei and Himiko, Risei and Kanzion. You can add protagonist and Izanagi no Okami, any one of those, which are really nice. So you get a double search off of this, which is pretty darn good if you ask me. When this card attacks also, you can choose a trait, and if you do until the end of this turn, this card gets that chosen trait. And when he attacks, if a card named Emerged Izanagi is in your Climax area, all of your characters, including this one, get plus 2,000 and a soul until end of turn. So it's a good Climax combo, especially if you're trying to go for that late game push and really trying to kill your opponent. And on top of that too, you also get that search to play guaranteed cards if you would like to. So that's why I play him. In my opinion, he's just a solid level 3. So now onto the last little bits of the deck itself. So the Climax combo for the level 3, we played 2 Emerged Izanagi. I don't want to see this card too much because the other Climax cards honestly help the deck excel a lot better. But Emerged Izanagi is really good for the rush of giving the plus 2 soul and plus the Climax combo for this. Then we also play 3 God's Hand. God's Hand is a solid card because everybody needs that +1 and a soul boost. But then also when you rip this card off of the top of the deck for the trigger check, the top card of your deck goes into the stock, which is really nice, and it helps you accelerate with this deck, especially since there's a fairly high cost for almost everything in this deck. And then lastly, we play 3 Nevermore. Reason being for, if you play this card, you can put this card, or not put this card, I'm sorry, you can put the top card of your deck into your stock, and then all of your characters get +1 soul until end of turn, and this combos with the level 2 leader protagonist, to do his restand effect if you pay the 4 stock, which is really good, and on top of that too, he's going to get that extra soul off of this. It's too good not to use, in my opinion. Again, it's not a highly competitive deck, but for some reason the deck wins. I guess it just loves me. And again, this is one of my favorite games of all time, and I did build this when it first came out, so that's the reason why it's still like this, not necessarily in its highly competitive state. And on top of that, I like the protagonist better than Labris, so that's why I built him over Labris. I had the opportunity to build either one, but I really wanted to build a protagonist. And Risei and Yukiko are just, you know, they're waifu. Anyway, so that's my Persona 4 deck profile, guys. Let me know what you think. If there's any other profiles that you might want to see, if there's any other ideas that you may want to have, any other box openings, anything you want to see, guys, just feel free to let me know. And on top of that too, I'm actually going to be doing something really cool for you guys, because you guys have been so supportive, and I hope that you guys will continue to support me. I'm going to end this video with this little tidbit. Things have been really hectic and really crazy, and I would like to bring you guys a lot more content, but unfortunately money is a factor. So what I did was I started a GoFundMe page because I unfortunately do need the funds, and I feel bad asking you guys for money, but it really does help every little bit. But what I will be doing for everybody that does donate, even if it's just $1, guys, if you donate just $1, your name will be put into a drawing, and I'm going to be giving away booster boxes of your choice to 5 winners, guys. 5 winners will win booster boxes of their choice for Weiss Schwarz. So if you guys help me get there, then I'm going to help you guys get there, because even though, yes, the money is going toward product to bring you guys more content, I also want to give you guys part of that content as well. I want to give you guys much more. I want to be able to travel and bring you guys coverage of events. So if you guys help me out, I'm going to get you anything I can. So 5 winners will be getting, yes guys, you said it, booster boxes. And don't worry guys, I didn't forget about the people that didn't win. You will be getting something as well. And it might not necessarily be the greatest thing in the world, but it's a little something from me to you as a personal thank you. No matter what, you will be getting something, guys. So just help me reach my goal. It really means a lot. I love you all for the support that you've all given me, and I hope that you'll continue to give me the support as I support you guys as well. Thank you all so much, guys. That was my Persona 4 deck profile. Please feel free to let me know with any ideas that you may have, any questions or concerns, and I will be back with more. Anyway, guys, this is Joe from Everything Gaming 101 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Later!